Every year during graduation season, graduates are busy feeling sad about leaving and struggling with their future prospects. Companies large and small are also busy recruiting and enriching their harems. No, their teams. State-owned enterprises are the dream of many graduates. There are legends that state-owned enterprises have good treatment and high welfare, commonly known as the Iron Rice Bowl. However, state-owned enterprises, do you really know? State-owned enterprises generally refer to enterprises invested or controlled by the central or federal government of the state. In China, these are also called central enterprises such as CNPC, Sinopec, China Telecom, China Mobile, and China Unicom. In addition to central enterprises, we also have local state-owned enterprises. Have you heard of Gree, that master's core technology? From the end of the Qing dynasty to the Republic of China, there were many government-established enterprises. Yes, this is the prototype of our state-owned enterprises. At that time, we were still a backward agricultural country. To achieve rapid industrialization to enhance national strength and resist invaders, relying only on private capital to complete primitive accumulation is certainly not as fast as the government. But we all know the true face of the government at that time. State-owned enterprises have become enterprises that not only do not seek profit for the people, but also compete with the people. After the founding of the People's Republic of China, freedom alone would not be able to change the backwardness of the country. To catch up with Western countries, it still depends on the country to invest in construction. The difference is at this time the people are in charge. In addition to the enterprises confiscated, redeemed, and previously established in the base areas, the central and local governments have also set up many state-owned enterprises to build industrial projects. These state-owned enterprises became the dominant part of the strategy of giving priority to the development of heavy industry at that time. Whether it was the restoration of the national economy after the war or the construction of socialism afterwards, they were indispensable everywhere. In my country, in addition to supporting important industries with large investment, high risk, and in the long term, state-owned enterprises actually have many identities. For example, they are social builders, food producers, energy miners, trade operators, and technology developers. They are needed for stable economic development. They are needed to advance the modernization process. They are needed for scientific and technological innovation and international competition. And they are also needed to protect the common interests of the whole people. Wait a minute, do you really think that there were no state-owned enterprises in ancient times? Naive. In the spring and autumn period, Guangzhou initiated the salt and iron state monopoly system. The state-owned enterprises actually existed for a long time. Just as the market economy is neither surnamed capitalism nor socialism, state-owned enterprises are also common in capitalist countries, especially after World War II. State-owned enterprises also help them survive the hard times of post-war reconstruction and economic crisis. Similarly, state-owned enterprises in Western countries are also concentrated in some industries and sectors such as infrastructure, cutting-edge industries, and scientific research projects. For example, by the end of 2016, the total length of high-speed rail lines built by the China Railway Corporation reached 22,000 kilometers, ranking first in the world. In addition, the J-20 fighter manufactured by China Chengdu Aircraft Industry Group is the world's fourth fifth-generation fighter, and China is the third country in the world to have a fifth-generation fighter. This kind of major project can only be held by state-owned enterprises with sufficient funds and cutting-edge technology. That's right, state-owned enterprises often do exactly what private enterprises cannot solve and that are related to people's livelihood. State-owned enterprises play a great role and have heavy responsibilities and naturally expose many problems. In the past, state-owned enterprises had problems like rigidity of systems, and later problems such as poor management, lack of vitality, and low efficiency often recurred. Coupled with the rapid development of private enterprises and the impact of changes in the domestic and foreign economic environment at that time, the treatment effect of the traditional supervision and business model of state-owned enterprises was obviously not very good. Fortunately, the country has not given up treatment, and the reform of state-owned enterprises has been deepening. However, it is impossible for reform to cure the disease immediately, and new diseases will still appear. The lack of professional managers of state-owned enterprises, the unreasonable organizational structure of state-owned enterprises, and the state-owned asset management system still need to be improved. The functional positioning of different types of state-owned enterprises still needs to be refined, and the problem of the property rights system still needs to be solved urgently. It seems that the treatment method called reform shall not be stopped. Although state-owned enterprises account for a smaller and smaller proportion of the national economy, their strength and scale are becoming stronger and stronger. For example, 88 of the 106 Chinese companies on the list of the world's top 500 companies in 2015, published by Forbes magazine in the United States, are state-owned enterprises. President Xi Jinping also said, "We must be confident and go to make state-owned enterprises stronger, better, and bigger." In fact, state-owned enterprises are neither an iron rice bowl nor a golden rice bowl. Entering a state-owned enterprise is not necessarily as we imagine that leisurely and comfortable, nor with monthly income of more than 10,000 yuan. After all, the burden on the shoulders of state-owned enterprises is not light. For graduates, entering a state-owned enterprise is just an option, but for the developing China, it cannot grow without the company of state-owned enterprises.